Welcome to the channel. Let's talk about Nuxt 4. Now, Nuxt 4 is almost already released, and by the time you're watching this video, it's probably already released. Now, Nuxt 4 is a major release of Nuxt. And with Nuxt 4, the team is changing the way that they're doing major releases. So there's going to be a new major release every year or so. And the major releases is not for introducing any new features, but introducing some very carefully thought out breaking changes. So the upgrade process should be very smooth and easy, and in some cases you might upgrade even without making any changes to your application. Now in this video, I thought we'd take a look at how to work with layers in Nuxt 4. Let's take a look. So in order to initialize a new Nuxt 3 application using the Nuxt 4 new directory structure, we have to use the v4 compat tag. And what that's going to do is going to give us this app directory. And with Nuxt 4, all of your Vue code is now going to live inside of your app directory. Now, that is if you don't use layers, but we're specifically interested in how to use layers with Nuxt 4. So let's cd into my app. And if you're not familiar with layers, it's basically a way to structure your application by features instead of by types. So by default, you're going to see things like components and composables and utilities in your application. But that doesn't really tell anything about the application, what it's about. Instead, what we want to do is create layers or features so that if anybody looks at your application, they're going to see that, oh, your application has settings, and your application has, for example, authentication and maybe users. And we can even create a common layer for things like public directory. We can just directly move it into the common layer. Now, the next thing that we have to do is extend each of our layers. So let's say extends and app auth, and let's just put every layer here. Now another thing that we need for layers is that every layer has to have a Nuxt config file. So we can simply copy paste the Nuxt config file in every layer, and we can keep it empty. It doesn't have to have any configuration, just the Nuxt config file has to be there. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Okay. Now that we have layers, we can actually create some simple pages. So maybe we might have a login page in our auth layer. Let's create a settings page. And let's also create a users page. So now we have basically the layers set up, and if we did everything correctly, this should work. So let's try it out. Let's run pnpm dev, and let's see if it works. Looks like we did something wrong here. We have a syntax error, and that's because we didn't actually put anything in our pages. So this is our login page. This is our settings page and our users page. So let's see if it works now. And it's not working because we forgot to put Nuxt page here. It should work now, yeah. So we have users page, settings page, oh, if I spell it correctly, and we have a login page. Perfect. And you can even put your server routes here, your API routes. Every layer is sort of a mini Nuxt application. So that's how you work with layers in Nuxt 4. It's almost identical to how we used to work with layers in Nuxt 3. The only difference is that we have the app directory now, and the reason for it is performance, because Nuxt 4 is not going to need to watch our root directory anymore, which includes things like node modules and your .git directory. So that should improve performance, and it is recommended to switch to the new directory structure for those performance reasons. So I hope you like this video, and I will see you in the next one.